Grand Rising to all. For those who aren't aware of who I am, for those who are new to my platforms, my name is Sekhmet Carter, aka the Solar Lioness Goddess, the eye of my father, Ra. I'd like to first give honor and gratitude to the divine spirit of life, whom you all call God, my ancestors, known and unknown, my spirit guides, the Archangel Gabriel, Michael, and Uriel. I like to give honor to my cosmic and galactic elders, Mother Nature, and my fairies, for allowing me to be a chosen and a living testament. I was supposed to upload this video last week, this esoteric video that I was so excited about, and I humbly apologize for not getting this out sooner. However, everything happens for a reason. My ancestors desired me, they urged me to show my appearance for this particular esoteric video. There was a caption on Facebook that read, it read something along the lines of, I was not giving anything in life. I did not come from a rich family. Everything that I own, I worked hard to receive. And I received downloads regarding that particular post. It's straight hard dedication. Nothing was handed to me. Nothing has been handed to me. This has been straight hard work, dedication, consistency, blood, sweat, and tears. So my conception of that post, my perception of that post, my conclusion of that post, I've jotted down notes, so I'm going to read it. I am of a family of wealth, but my ancestors desired me to live a separate life outside of wealth and riches, so I was adopted into a family who made it appear as though they were living in poverty, but they were secret millionaires who have gained riches by evil doings, such as manipulation of dark magic, child human sacrifice, child sex trafficking. I'm a survivor of this and it all. Theft, toxic herbal deadly health remedies and products, item, hexing, plus more. They were my adopted parents, my grandmother, Sherry Patton Williams, and her husband, Arthur Scott. They penny pinched me during my upbringings for years and during my early adult life, as they made millions from selling my coochie and using my magic to put into products that they sell in order to gain more riches. Now, everything happened exactly how it should. Had I been raised with a gold spoon in my mouth, the Leo in me wouldn't have allowed me to learn the importance of learning how to empathize and putting other needs ahead of my own. My experience has taught me how to create the balance of being selfless and being selfish, because finding the balance of the two energy teaches one the importance of their own needs, and this understanding has been misinterpreted as being selfish, which is why I gained this understanding through experience. Now, had I lived the lives of my siblings, and my siblings were raised with a gold spoon in their mouth. The siblings my father Ra raised, the siblings Ben Ami Carter, my father Ra raised, they were raised with the gold spoon in their mouth. And I watched as I lived in poverty, not knowing that he was my biological father, until years after his death. If I was raised like them, I would be as them. This is the reason why I am the black sheep of the Carter's family. I have been set aside and carefully groomed by my ancestors, by my cosmic and galactic entourage. I have been carefully groomed. My past experiences has taught me that I needed to experience every experience, even the trauma. I'm at a place now where I can truly say that I accept every experience. I accept every betrayal, the battled addictions, the hope phase, my children's fathers leaving, those who have tried to murder me over 1,000 times, the gang stalking, my privacy being breached, my children being placed in the care of pedophiles who raised me, who also were guilty of sexually abusing me and sold me out. I accept the heartbreaks, the manipulation of dark magic used against me, and I accept those who have abandoned, shunned, and disowned me. I appreciate not having fine things in life during my first part of my life. I accept those who have slandered my name. I accept things in life. I accept how the world will not treat me good just because I am a good heart, just because I have a good heart. I accept that I experienced the worst in life in order to set the stage for many other starseeds who have been the black sheep of society. The divine spirit of life, whom you all call God, put me in the pits of slum, then told the world, watch this. And ever since then, she placed me in the mud. She had the sunshine on her plant. And ever since then, she placed me in the mud. She had the sunshine on her planet seed. The sunshine represents the spotlight. This is the story of all black sheep. Us chosen. We were put in a position to be made examples of. The divine is making an example of our stories. Too many have lost hope. During the early ancient era, before the corruption of the Alpha Draconian reptilians, our hope and faith as a human civilization was strong. We believed all was possible. And we lived a magical life because we understood that we were limitless spiritual beings. So now, we have been placed on the world stage in order to set the example of such. We are simply reminders to the collective civilization of your own capabilities and limitless powers. For every problem, there's a solution. That's the type of life that we live and the example that we set. We set the example of maintaining a close connection with the divine spirit of life, whom you all call God, the cosmic elders, our ancestors, the archangels, the spirit guides, and Mother Nature. We set the example of acknowledging the laws of the universe. We set the example of never breaking. We set the example of never breaking one of the 7 deadly sins. Our hearts are pure. Our hearts are so pure that breaking the 7 deadly sins wouldn't even be a thought. We set the example of being honest and authentic. We set the example of true leadership and authority. We set the example of a healthy lifestyle. We set the example of what true warriors are. We set the example of true high priests We set the example of true high priests and high priestess who are well in our power. We set the example of how everyone are capable to self-healing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. One moment. We set the example of generational curse breakers. We set the example of how to found your own business and begin the journey of creating generational wealth. Y'all nasty. We set the example of the importance of going within, because it is vibrational goddess. Because it is then we discover all that we know and learned. I'm gonna say that again because I messed up. We set the example of the importance of going within, because it is then we discovered all that we know and have learned. We have set the example of highly in tune vibrational gods and goddesses. Unlike these popular YouTubers and social media influencers, we did not gain our knowledge from books or Google. Answer this question. One moment. If these YouTubers and these spiritualists are so if they are so, hold on a second. If they are such spiritual beings as they claim, how come they have not accessed any spiritual gifts or abilities? Answer that question. Outside of being able to read energy or any other form of divination, how come they have not accessed any other abilities? Don't worry, I'll wait. Bet. Continuing on. How come they seem to have all the answers, but no power to back it up? These spiritualists seem to have all the answers, but they have no power to back that shit up. Make it make sense. Come on, ancestors. How come they have to light candles in order to cast spells? How come they aren't capable of tapping into their own brain capacity? How come they aren't capable of tapping into more brain capacity, but they know all the knowledge to do so? I'm waiting for an answer. Bet. Continuing on. Now, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Since they all have all the answers about the brain capacity and how it functions, show us how that knowledge has helped you utilize your abilities in order to be a service to humanity. I'm talking to people who have been preaching spirituality for years, and you have chosen to follow them. Then, here we come out of nowhere. I'm talking about us black sheep. Hence, the chosen, keep up. So here we come out of nowhere, speaking the word of the divine spirit of life, whom you all call God, and awakening this civilization with real life jewels that has been hidden from you. Here we come, spitting knowledge that you will not find in books. While on topic, allow me to explain something to you and how the opponents think. All of the information that you all find in books that you read, if it's not an original ancient text, and also all Google, understand that it is called planted evidence. Even Google, all the research you find on Google is called planted evidence. I believe I'm speaking to highly intellectual beings, so planted evidence is self-explanatory. It is exactly as it sounds. It's planted. Deliberate. What they want you to know. You will find in Google, on Google, and in books what they want you to know. Everything on Google is planted evidence. The information they don't want you to know is within your Akashic records, which is located in your frontal lobe of the human brain. Hence, your third eye is the gateway of the frontal lobe. Your third eye is the gateway of the frontal lobe, which is also known as the subconscious mind. They never want you to know that. The conscious mind is technically the subconscious mind. If the subconscious mind collects all data that the conscious mind is unaware of, doesn't that make the subconscious mind conscious? In the conscious mind, subconscious? Come on, ancestors. Let's go. For my newcomers, I'll explain what the Akashic records. What are the Akashic records? The Akashic Records is where I've gathered the information that I've shared thus far. The Akashic Records is a human hard drive that collects data of all timelines leading up to this very life cycle. It collects data from the birth of your soul on your planet origin. Understand, this planet is not the beginning of your story. The beginning of your story began in a total different solar system for many, for all. Now, the Akashic Records can be used as Google when one is fully tapped in. This is where us New Age high priest and high priestess gathered our information. We only use Google to confirm the research we've studied within our Akashic Records. We don't use Google for anything that we don't already know. We use Google search to confirm. Whatever I don't know, I go within to receive answers. Come on, we about to get deep, y'all. We about to get deep, all right? Now, knowing how powerful your brain, your mind, and your brain capacity, you have to understand why the most target organ of the human body is the human brain. More specifically, the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is targeted through almost everything. Silent to the ear subliminal frequencies that are released daily. Music, movies, food, pharmaceutical products, vaccines, beverages, and last but not least, the air that we breathe. The elites, who are the alpha draconian reptilians, they have been targeting the activation of the third eye chakra. You don't have to have a clear vision to see this much. What I've mentioned, that is. Everything that I speak about comes from pure intuition, from pure psychic, intuitive downloads, directly from my Akashic Records. And to confirm what I already know, I Googled it. So, back to the point. Some of what I found within my Akashic Records, most deepest information that is revealed to me, cannot be found on Google. Because they never wanted society. They never wanted this civilization to awaken. Come on, ancestors. So, back to the point that I was making about Google and books. It is all planted evidence. One moment. It is all planted evidence. You really think that the enemy who wants you, you really think that the enemy who wants this enslaved civilization to remain enslaved, they're going to give you the keys to unlock the shackles on your brain so that you become a true, powerful, free thinker and no longer be their slave? Y'all really think that they're going to give y'all the tools to unlock the keys to your brain so that you can no longer be enslaved to their mind fucks? To their enslavement? Think about that. Continuing on. Y'all really want to know how they show you the truth? Remember in the previous uploaded video, I was speaking to you all how narcissists love to relive their most sick moments of their victims. So most keep souvenirs. and others will brag indirectly. Narcissists will literally brag indirectly to you about the shit that they did to you. They get power from that. From that nonchalant, you not knowing what they did to you. They get power from that. So they brag indirectly. Well, this is what we are up against. Evil narcissists who like to brag about their evil doings. And how they do this? They create humans. They create what humans would never believe to be true because they program them to believe exactly the following. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the black box known as the television, computers, phones. Humanity has been bamboozled. Humanity has been bamboozled to believe that what appears on television is for pure entertainment. In reality, it is a narcissistic elite's way of bragging about their most cherished moments, making a fool of this civilization. Here's the ultimate. Here's the ultimate, the greatest one of all. And it doesn't get any clearer than this. The film, The Matrix. Also, let's get dark. The movies, Hostel. Also, possession movies, which pretty much exposes the supernatural events that take place within this world. Also, Area 51. And movies as such. Paranormal activities. I still believe that the paranormal activity was real footage. The film Paranormal Activities, I still believe that was real footage. The vampires. And the vampire and carnivore films of hillbillies and other species who are exposed. In movies such as vampire movies, hillbilly movies, of them exposing their undying hunger for human flesh and blood. So they show you in movies such as hillbilly movies and vampire movies, they show you their hunger for human flesh and blood. Then there are movies where they expose your powers and abilities, such as the X-Men, the Avatar, also Vampire Diaries, or the originals. I learned what all of my abilities were by watching that series, Vampire Diaries. I kid you not. That's how I knew my abilities. I learned my abilities were... I learned what my abilities were as a half reptilian and half humanoid, which is Anunnaki. If I'm lying, I'm dying tonight. I learned my abilities from watching vampire movies and the original. If I'm lying, I'm dying tonight. But I will never lie. I have no reason to do so. My ancestors revealed to me my powers and abilities through that series, The Vampire Diaries. I learned how to practice mind composition, which is in modern day terminology, mind control tactics. All kinds. I learned from Vampire Diaries. I learned how blood represented energy and how I feed from energy. I learned how then to master energy. I learned energy transmutation, releasing, shifting, and sending back to sender. I learned how to consume energy, transcend it, and last but not least, I learned how to play and mold it like clay, then do what I please with it. I learned how to turn off my humanity, which came in handy dealing with narcissistic men and women. As a witch, I learned, and this is the most powerful statement my ancestors wanted me they really wanted me to hear. This statement someone said in the originals. You have the power of thousands of ancestors that you haven't even tapped into. My ancestors spoke to me when I heard that statement, which was technically from the TV show The Originals. Both TV shows taught me about my powers. But as a witch, I learned that I don't need to light candles in order to cast spells. I learned that the words that I speak hold power of both healing and destruction. As a witch, I learned how powerful and effective my herbal healing remedies are. I learned as a witch how everything around me is a product of my alchemy that I conjured up at some point or another. As a witch, I learned just how powerful I am. So much so that I shit, I piss, and I even bleed magic. As a witch, I learned everything about me is magical and mystical. As a witch, I learned how to align with nature and how to understand nature. As a witch, I learned I wasn't crazy. That I can literally manipulate matter, fire, air, water, earth. As a witch, I learned how to tap into my intuition deeper, because it was the gateway of accessing my psychic abilities. As a witch, I learned how to trust my intuition. As a witch, I learned that I must find inner balance or all will crumble. As a witch, I learned to trust in the process of reaching a certain level of mastery through alchemy. I'm running out of time. Shit. I'm going to have to do a part 2. Last but not least, as a witch, I learned to speak in tongue. This is all I've learned about my full potential by watching 2 powerful TV shows known as The Originals and The Vampire Diaries. So yes, this is how they brag. And I'm going to stop here. There's going to be a part 2. Let me see how much more do I have. Wow, I have so much more. I don't even have time to do all of this. Nope, I ain't got time to do it. This may have to be in 3 parts. Damn! This is so much, this is so many notes. This is going to have to be in 3 parts. Okay. Alright, guys. So I'm going to stop this here. Okay? There's going to be a part 2. There's going to be part 3. Alright? Stay tuned. Because it was getting deep. It was getting very deep. There's like a shit. Okay, so not in closing, I want you all to stay tuned for part 2 because it gets deeper. This is just the surface level. I just scratched the surface level for y'all. We're about to get into the roots of it. Part 2, okay? Stay tuned. Thank you all for joining me. Until next time, Ashe.